have to share with you today one of my all-time favorite recipes. It's for a soup that's called rainy season chicken soup. Very appropriate for this time of year because we indeed, although it's very sunny and warm today, tomorrow, le deluge. It's been raining like crazy here. And so this is something that's just warm and comforting on a cold, rainy night. This recipe is from a book called The Main Corpse by Diane. This recipe is from a book called The Main Corpse by Diane Mott Davidson. She has written a series of novels featuring a crime-solving caterer who lives up in Colorado and runs a business and has a teenage son and a new husband and solves crimes on the side. I think I've read maybe a dozen of these novels. Most of them are still in storage, including the one from which this recipe comes. But I do have 3 of them that I can show you today. Sticks and Scones, Sweet Revenge, and Fatally Flaky. And they are very easy. They're a lighthearted read, great stories, and just a really nice escape if you're looking for just something to read on a cold and rainy evening. Also, these books have recipes for all the meals that she caters. For example, shuttlecock shrimp curry, penny prick potato casserole, or got a hot date bars and pina colada muffins. So, and I've tried many of the recipes from her books, and they've all turned out really well because she does research her food and loves food as well as is a great writer. So anyway, let's go down to my kitchen and watch me make rainy season chicken soup. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in a bit down in the kitchen. Bye. Okay, so here I have all the vegetables. I'm going to chop all these up. I've got leek here. It should be 2 medium-sized leeks, but this one's really big, so I'm only using 1. Celery stalk. I'm going to use medium-sized onions, so probably about half of this. 1 medium-sized carrot, but these are 2 relatively small, and I really like carrots, so I'm going to use 2 of those. And then the recipe calls for an optional dried porcini mushrooms, but instead of that, I've got creminis here and buttons, and I'm going to chop these up and use these instead of the dried porcinis because they're a lot more affordable. Okay, I'll be back in a minute, and I'll show you everything chopped up and ready to go. I'm almost done chopping everything except for these carrots. I've got the celery here, the leeks, the onion, and the mushrooms. The leeks, I wanted to mention, is a root vegetable and is often pretty dirty. So just make sure you slit it, slice it lengthwise like so down the middle and run it under cold water really well to make sure you've got it clean. And that leek was so big that it rendered a lot more than I think I needed, so I put some of them aside to use at a later date. So once I get the carrots chopped, I'm going to add them to my soup pot along with the chicken breast. So I'll be back in just a minute with everything ready for the pot. I have a tablespoon of butter and about a tablespoon of oil heating on the stove. I'm going to put in, should be 2 chicken breasts, but my butcher's supplier makes really large breasts. So this is like a breast and a third. Actually, let's put this way. add a little seasoning to it, and then I'm going to add the vegetables in just a minute. I'm adding the vegetables in. And then I'm going to cover this up with a lid and let this cook for about 5 minutes on medium to medium-low heat. It's been 5 minutes. I'm going to flip the chicken, stir these vegetables a little bit, and this is going to cook for another 5 minutes covered. So while that's going, I'm going to cook my noodles on the back burner here. I'm cooking them in stock, and these are supposed to be Fideo noodles, which I thought I had, but apparently I didn't. So I'm going to take, we want about a cup, and I'm just going to take the spaghetti and break it up into this about the size of Fideo noodles and cook it instead. There we go. All right, so this is ready. First thing I'm going to do is take the chicken out. And then I'm going to cut this up into bite-sized pieces after it cools a little bit. Then these vegetables. This is 2 cups of flour. 2 tablespoons of flour. I want to let this cook off for just a minute or two. I love the smell of leeks cooking. I wish you could smell it right now. When I think of homemade soup, it's the smell and the taste of leeks that I think of. I'm putting in some wine. I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons. This is the Chardonnay Pinot Grigio from Villa Sereno. I get this at I get this at Trader Joe's. It's my favorite wine to cook with. It's also my favorite white wine to drink. But of course, you can use whatever you like. I think I'm going to get a Okay, and now got a little color on the flour, so I'm going to add 2 cups of stock. This is actually chicken stock, homemade and boxed, kind of mixed up together. And I think the homemade has some extra herbs in it, so this won't be as pristine as it would be if I was using just plain stock. So I'm going to cover this and let it come to a simmer, and it's going to get thick and bubbly. Okay, so the vegetables have been simmering away, and I've cut up the chicken, and it's ready to go in. But before I put it in, let's turn off the noodles. I want to add about a cup of sour cream. And this probably isn't going to be quite a cup, but let's see how this does. And I'm also going to add in the noodles, which have been cooking. They've cooked about half of their cooking time in the stock that I had set aside. And now I'm going to put them along with the stock in this pan to continue cooking. There we go. And the last thing that's going in is the chicken. It's mostly cooked through, and I had plenty, including enough to give Duffy a couple of pieces of chicken, so he's happy. Aren't you, buddy? Move. Go. All right, stir all this in, and then we're gonna let this simmer until the noodles are cooked and the vegetables are completely cooked through. So that'll probably be another 10 minutes or so. So I'm just gonna cover it and I'll be back in about 10 minutes. And there it is. I'm having a little green salad with it. And the thing that I really like about this soup is that I only season the meat with a little salt and pepper. That's the only seasoning I put in it. But with all those aromatic vegetables, it tastes very, very rich and flavorful. However, you can always add some cracked pepper or some fresh parsley or maybe a little green scallions on it if you like. Or you can have it just like this. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. I hope you will try my rainy season chicken soup. And if you found this video fun, helpful, then please give it a thumbs up. And subscribe if you haven't already so you won't miss my next video. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Make some soup tonight. And in the meantime, take care, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye, everybody.